Hey guys, I'm Rachel Walbrown, and I'll be your host for the first ever Live from the TGA, a twice daily broadcast that'll bring you behind the scenes of the Everything Transplant Games. We'll talk to families, athletes, supporters, and everyone who made the games happen. Tune in daily at 11 and 3:30 on transplantgamesofamerica.org. Be sure to follow us on social media at Transplant Games and send us your pictures using the hashtag TGA16CLE. Now let's see who the real stars are.
Dad, Javante says he can't breathe.
I was getting tired and sluggish and not being able to do stuff.
I barely could see, like it was blurry as in colors or nothing.
I thought maybe I might have had a cold.
I think it was most frightening in the beginning when we didn't know what it was.
Did some amazing things at a young age, and like I said, I really didn't know the impact he had until he was gone.
I used to tell her what color the light was when people are coming.
Always wanted people around him to be happy, and he tried to make that happen.
Joining me now is Bill Ryan, the president and CEO of the Transplant Games of America. So, Bill, can you kind of take me through a little background and history of the games?
Yeah, I would love to. Thanks for having me. You know, the games have been around since 1990. They're held in the United States every 2 years. And the mission of the games has always been to highlight the benefits of organ donation and transplantation. We've advanced now where we're picking up corneal and tissue transplants as well. So the whole idea is to, show the world the amazing benefits of donation and transplantation.
So this year we're kind of showing Cleveland that mission. So what made Cleveland the perfect city to host these games?
Cleveland's perfect for a lot of reasons. One, when we go to look at cities for the games, there's a number of elements that are really important. First and foremost is the city itself. Is the city large enough to handle the size of our audience and the medical community that's here that's needed to support the activity. And then of course you need an organization that's going to actually be able to be the operational arm to put the games on. So Cleveland won on a lot of areas. One, the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission is one of the largest and best run in the country. The city of Cleveland itself has been solidly behind these games right from the beginning. And then the medical community, which we consider the OPO, which is Life Bank, but also Cleveland Clinic and University Hospital. They're tops in the nation. I mean, no one does a better job than them in the field of transplantation. So the combination of all of those elements made Cleveland the perfect place to be.
And so why are these games so important to you?
Well, for a lot of reasons. One, we know that there are over 120,000 people today that are waiting for a life-saving organ. Approximately 20 people a day will die waiting for their organ. So our mission is to get more people on the donor registry and get them involved, with the games. So that's a personal mission for me. I am a donor dad. I lost my daughter in a car accident a number of years ago, so there's a personal element for me. But overall, it's all about the mission. We really want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to get more people on the donor registry.
And inspiring others to kind of join that registry is what the games are all about. And it's the first year for this whole kind of live twice daily show. So what are you hoping it can do for that mission and the games in general?
Well, Live from the TGA is a big step for us, and we think that it's going to have a dramatic impact on being able to reach people nationally. We'll get 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people here over the course of the next 6 days. But we've never really had an element that's able to go out and reach people who, one, want to come to the games but can't because of economics or, logistics, calendars, that kind of thing. This is a way for them to be a part of the games. And we don't know what the overall impact will be of Live from the TGA, but we think it's going to be fantastic.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to everything getting started and really showing everyone who couldn't be here what the games are all about. Rome wasn't built in a day, but the Transplant Games of America Village was, and crews have been hard at work setting up an event to this magnitude to make sure there's a week full of fun. Now we've taken you behind the scenes of recipients and their families, and joining me on stage now is Rachel Stensbacher, who's kind of been in charge of all the activities outside of the games. So can you kind of take me through what your life's been like kind of planning and leading up to all the events?
Absolutely. So, our team has been very busy for the last 2 years getting ready for the games. Certainly the competitions are, the highlight of the week, and our competition team has been, real busy. I've been working with a separate group of people, our programming committee, folks from Everside, Ohio, and LifeBank, and others have been working together to plan some of these other activities. The purpose of the programming is really to spread the message of organ and tissue and eye donation, and really get the message of the games outside of these four walls. So back in April, we did a City Club forum with some of the top docs in the area, talking about organ tissue and eye transplantation. We also are hosting a very large Zumba demonstration here tomorrow morning. It's called the Zumba Summer Shakedown, and we had expected maybe 100, 200 people, and we have over 600 people registered.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be a very interesting day outside. It's right after the Gift of Life Run and Walk. But that's really, again, the point of it is to bring people together and have fun, of course, but most importantly, we really want to spread the word and get the message out about organ, eye, and tissue donation, and also give some of those facts and figures out that people may not know.
And bringing people together is kind of what you're hoping to do with themes this year, and I know
Sure.
each day has a different one, so you kind of tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So again, it takes a village to create something like this, so I don't want to take all the credit for it, but we've had a team of people working to make sure that the TGA Village has a lot of different activities every day. So for example, one of the days is Music Day. I think it's Monday's Music Monday, and we have local bands throughout the day on this stage, in addition to the vendors and sponsors that we have in here every day. Wednesday, for example, is Health and Wellness Day. So we've got a yoga demonstration. Well, it's actually a class. You can participate. We have free massages and some other things like that. Again, the point is to change up the activities in the village every day so that people from the community will want to come in. And then when they come in, they'll learn about the transplant games. They'll learn about organ, eye, and tissue donation, and they can even sign up to be a donor.
So what event do you think people are going to be most excited for? And which one are you most excited for?
Oh man, I'm excited about Zumba. The Zumba enthusiasts are very enthusiastic, I'll say. Tons of questions, you're real excited, I'm glad to be coming out. This is actually going to be one of the largest Zumba demonstrations that Ohio has seen in years, so that's really exciting. And then in terms of the transplant games and some of the ancillary activities, which you may have already talked about or going to be showcasing on the show, the donor tribute is one that I really want to make sure to see. Donor families, certainly go through a lot, and I think honoring them and the gift that their family members have given is really important. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well.
I am too, and I look forward to seeing all the rest of the events you and your team have really planned for us this week.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you. Now, the games have been around since the 1980s, but this is only the second year that cornea transplant recipients are allowed to join. Joining me now is Debbie Mae Johnson, who is the CEO of Everside, Ohio, a host of the games. And so, Debbie, what are you kind of hoping to do while you're here?
Well, I think, certainly we want to see all of the competitors and this whole celebration of life. But for Everside, Ohio, we want people to know about corneal transplants. We've been doing transplants since the early 1900s, and most people don't know about it, and it is the most often transplant that is done. So there are tens of thousands of corneal transplants that are done every year, and our hope is that we will get more corneal recipients excited about the transplant games, and that they will join not only this year but in future years.
Now, speaking of competitors, I see that you brought someone on stage with us today.
Yes, this is Joel Novak. He is one of our ambassadors at Everside, Ohio. He is a competitor. He has corneal transplants and will be competing in the golf competition.
So, Joel, how excited are you to kind of be here in Cleveland this week?
Well, I'm really glad to be here in Cleveland. I haven't met very many other cornea transplant recipients. I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to meet people that are other organ transplants, because I think what you'll find universal among the competitors is a great gratitude of life. We're all happy when we get out of bed in the morning to be alive, or to be able to see, just to be able to experience life as we go. And it's all really due to some great medical people and mostly some outstandingly generous donors.
So what has a cornea transplant really done for your life?
Well, it's allowed me to have a life. My first one was done in 1971, and without the transplants, I would not have really been able to work my entire life. And I did. I had a family. We adopted a couple of kids out of Brazil. I've had a very normal existence. Without the transplants, I would not have been able to do that.
Debbie, I know that your tie to the games goes far beyond your professional life as well. Can you kind of tell me your personal tie to it as well?
Sure. My first transplant games was actually in 1980 when I first started in my career and took a team to New York City for the World Games, and had gone to them professionally, as we always hosted a team to go, and I met my husband in Amsterdam, Holland, who has a kidney transplant, celebrating 33 years with that, and so he also is competing here in our hometown.
So Joel, what event will you be competing in?
Well, I'm going to compete in golf. I'm not a great golfer, but I'm going to hopefully meet a lot of nice people, have a good time. Golf is held out at Quail Hollow, out in Concord Township, east of town, and it should be fun.
Have you ever visited Cleveland before?
I'm a native of the area.
Native?
Yep.
There you go. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to watching that competition and really seeing what Everside does this week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And go Team Ohio.
I'm here with Sue, who is the executive producer of the brand new Live from the TGA. So Sue, what has been your relationship with the transplant games throughout the years?
Well, I started with the transplant games a couple of years ago through the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission when I was invited to go to the 2014 Houston Games as an observer, knowing that the games were coming to Cleveland in 2016. We ended up winning the bid for the games, and so have been working on it for the past 2 years.
So what was the need to have this kind of live from the TGA show throughout the week?
Well, Bill Ryan, who's the president and CEO of Transplant Games of America, wanted to expand the brand and also be able to take the games into the homes of people who couldn't come for a variety of reasons. So just so they can keep up with their friends, family, see what the games are all about.
And this is all new kind of to everyone around. So what are you hoping for, and what is your vision for this show?
Well, the vision is really, Bill and I share the same vision, which is to, build exposure, build the brand, and sort of show everyone what the games is about and who's behind the games, from an athlete to a family member, supporter, all the people behind the scenes.
So Sue, can you explain to me a little bit about the whole production of the show?
Sure. Well, as you've said, it's a twice daily broadcast, 11 and 3:30, and one of the really great parts about it is your team. Your students from Ohio U, who are really doing the whole production from soup to nuts. So what's nice for me is I get a great team who's already ready to go and knows what to do, and you also have great opportunities to meet a lot of people, network, and then have a really great reel, at the end of this project.
All right, Sue, thank you very much, and hope we can do you proud.
Me too. I have no doubt. Thank you.
joining me now is Kevin Maloney, who is the Director of Competitions. So Kevin, what does that mean?
It's running all 21 competitions here for the transplant games, ranging anything from track and field to swimming. We have table tennis, darts. Here at the convention center we have basketball and volleyball. So it's anything from scheduling those competition schedules, working with the athletes, the equipment, bringing in the sport court or the venue, setting that all up, doing everything pretty much logistically from the competition side, from equipment to officials, schedules and all that.
So right now, what's kind of your job entailing for the day?
Today, it's just finishing the setup here on all the sites, so specifically at the convention center. We're loading in the basketball courts, the volleyball courts, table tennis and badminton. We're getting that all set up, making sure it's all ready to go for kickoff of the game starting tomorrow.
All right, well, I'm definitely looking forward to all those events finally taking place after such a long haul. Thanks, Kevin.
It has been. Thank you very much.
You've seen how hard crews have worked and heard from those in charge of bringing the games to Cleveland. But joining me now is Team Ohio manager Tanya Gomez, who is one of the many athletes the game has helped. Now, Tanya, you were 31 when you received your lung transplant and have since competed in the games 5 times. And right now, we're in a city that's all about winning and competing. So how excited are you to get things going?
Absolutely. I am super excited for this because we have a very large team and everybody is excited and it's something new. And yes, there's a lot going on in Cleveland right now. So it's excitement anyways, because not only are the transplant games here for the week, but you know, all the other teams and all the other excitement that's going on in the city. So very, very exciting for us.
Now, do you have an estimate of returning members versus new ones for you?
Well, you know, we haven't done the actual stats, but we have over 700 team members registered. That includes athletes, donor families, and supporters. And usually an average team for us is 100 to 125. So that gives you any idea, that's like almost 5 times as many people as we normally have. So we have a lot. Typically we have about maybe 20 to 50 athletes, and now we have probably close to 225 or so. So definitely a huge jump.
So with all those athletes, how are you expecting to do in the actual games?
I think we will do very well. People are very excited, they practice, they get into it. You know, some people are here, they hope to win medals. It's not about winning the medals, and some people are here just to have fun because they can do it. You know, that's a thing. Before transplant, you know, maybe they were barely alive, but now they're so alive that they can do so many things. So whether they're an athlete or not, they're here because they can do these things.
So with all the events going on and everyone's just excited to kind of be a part of it, what event are you most looking forward to?
I am looking forward to a lot of the events actually. Volleyball is huge because it's a team sport. We all get to participate together. Basketball, you know, we have several teams, so basketball is going to be very exciting. Because our team is larger, we have more youth participating, and we've had a couple youth in the past that have really wanted to play basketball, but we've never had enough youth members to do that, and now we do. So a lot of those kids are really excited to play basketball this time around. But I think all the events are going to be very exciting, you know, from swimming to track and field, and then of course we've got darts, cornhole, bocce, a lot of new things, and those are things that people can do, and they don't have to be athletic to do those kinds of things. So very exciting. I think all of the events are very important for people.
Being born in Akron, I'm definitely looking forward to see how Team Ohio plays.
Oh,
Thank you.
Me too. I think we'll do very well. We're very excited. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we have time for today, but be sure to follow us on social media at Transplant Games to keep up with your favorite team. Keep sending us your pictures using the hashtag TGA16CLE. See you tomorrow.